Hello and welcome to the sporadic but back weekly webcomic review show, where I, the comic archivist, reads a bit of any given webcomic and then gushes about it over a static card. While listening to my manic yet somehow placid tones, be sure to check out the Line Webtoon app, where you can read the webcomic I'll be talking about today. No, I don't get paid for that plug, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. So if you do dig the coming review, flood Webtoons and let them know to endorse me. Not actually sure if I wrote that as a joke or not. So today's webcomic you will know from the title, but it was requested by Rita Diddley on YouTube. So let's get talking about Olympus by Rachel Smythe, or Smith, but I've always seen this spelling pronounced Smythe, so sorry if I'm wrong. Hades is not a ladies' man, and we actually open with that sort of thing. Him being ditched even after getting his naiad date what she wanted. So he goes stag to a party. Not to be confused for when his brother goes stag to parties. Yeah, okay, there may be a few mythical jokes in here that not everyone will get. So Hades is down on the dumps, and even Hera gives a, granted weak, pep talk to try and cheer him up. But don't worry, Persephone is on her way to the party with Artemis, though she's very nervous because she's not a party person. And that's the basic premise of the series, focusing in on Hades and Persephone's budding romance and the fun that can come of that writing-wise. There is a lot I could spoil, but frankly, this is worth the read. I know I always wait until the end for my verdict, and I'll get into that when I get there. But let's go with the biggest thing that everyone will notice, and I'll even put up my favorite example to demonstrate. The art of this book is just worth looking at. I know that sounds weird, but honestly, just look at this panel from episode 2. While this is one of the more stylized panels, it really showcases the range of the art. There's definitely a fresh feel about it, because while you can say that the line work and the character models are the good standard of current cartoony art, like Steven Universe, especially with the thick quality to the gals, it's the fact that while it does have that feel, the overall aesthetic is this sketchy brushstroke that gives even the static characters talking a kinetic feel. But it's the coloring that really pops just every ounce of this that makes it really amazing even before we get to talking about the writing. It's just so awesome. Right, so let's get to the writing. The writing is really good just on a surface read. The opening scene with Hades being waved away by Minth as he goes to Zeus's party has a very real bite to it without being melodramatic and over the top. What makes it truly special though is the context of Greek mythology. Before even calculating that in, you laugh when you're meant to. The emotions are conveyed exactly to make it come across. What truly does make this superb is that it references and has all these in-jokes on the lore of Olympus. Boom, title drop. And I don't mean that that's the only thing that holds it up. Like I said, the writing is still very, very good, but it's these in-jokes that make it truly something special, especially for those of us who really dig Greek mythology. My favorite example of this, in the early bits anyways, is Zeus invited Odysseus to the party that's the focal point of the first couple episodes, just to get his brother mad. And Poseidon really does get mad, telling him to move along and all this. While to the casual reader, it can be a funny moment, and it does show the dynamics of the three brothers. If you've ever read or even just saw the Wishbone episode on the Odyssey, then there's sure to be the weird warmth that comes from catching a reference. So I guess that brings me to my obvious verdict on this. While it is a romance, the writing is superb, the art is above and beyond artistically, and it's based using one of my favorite mythologies. So the obvious answer I can give is support it. Support it means that it's worth following on all major social medias, share it from Line Webtoon to let all your friends know about it, and even should definitely look at donating to their Patreon. Yes, I know the irony of sending viewers to other people's Patreon when I have like one patron right now, but hey, I do these videos to talk about webcomics, and when a creator is worth totally supporting, I'm not going to be selfish. So, links to all the Lore Olympus stuff in the description, so it's only a click away for some super spectacular webcomic goodness. But that's all for Webcomic Firstish today. If you agree that this was awesome, Webby, or if you disagree and felt it was the pits, or even you just want to talk about your own opinions on the comic, leave it in the comments below. I'm always happy to discuss and hear other people's opinions. While you're down there, also say what you'd like to see next on Webcomic Firstish. They can be new or old. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and do check out our Patreon with some nice rewards attached. But just sharing and subscribing are fantastic ways to help out the channel. More than anything though, I'm the Comic Archivist, and stay golden, Inklings.